I really think your core beliefs dictate every action you take. And every action you take, of course, obviously dictates your outcome. Your outcome dictates your destiny. So you really got to be careful what core beliefs you hold. Because everything, you got to go back to that and start with that. I really believe everyone has something that I like to call their biological GPS system. And much like the GPS system in your car, whatever the destination you punch into that thing is, rest assured that's exactly where it's going to take you. It might come up with several different ways to take you to that same place, but that's where you're going to end up. So be very careful about what you punch into your biological GPS. And what everyone ends up unwittingly doing is punching their core belief into their GPS. Example, I'll never have shredded abs because I just don't have the genetics. That's his core belief, his or her core belief. Therefore, that gets punched into their biological GPS, and that's exactly where they'll end up, even if they're dieting and exercising. Because unwittingly, everything that their brain will tell them to do that's been punched into their GPS is with that end in mind. So every little distinction, every little action, every little thing, every little turn you make, every avenue you go down will be with that destination in mind. So you'll see a person who's punched that destination into their biological GPS doing things like 1 week they'll hit their diet perfectly, but they couldn't get to the gym for some reason. And it's always a valid reason to them, but they couldn't do the gym that week. Then the next week, they got to the gym perfectly every day, did all their workouts and their cardio, but their diet fell apart. This, that, and the other reason. The in-laws were in town, you know, my kid did this, my dog did that, and that's the reason they didn't get to their diet. Everything that gets in their way, if you look through it, is something that didn't have to get in their way, but they allowed it to. And then, of course, the things that are totally in their control, like the intensity of their cardio, you see it all the time. It's just a heartless pantomime that they're doing that doesn't have any kind of thrust behind it, any kind of passion behind it, because they truly believe it can't happen. If you truly believe it can't happen, how much are you really going to put into it? If you know at the other end of it, no matter what you do, I can't have shredded abs because I have shitty genetics. So if you know that that's at the end of the road, how much are you really going to put in it? You'll go through the motions, and outwardly, you'll appear to be doing everything you should, but you're just not. And oftentimes, it's completely unwitting. They are not aware that they're doing it. And there are little distinctions that over the course of time lead to the failure. They will do just enough to ensure that the caloric gap is closed, that they're not doing enough work. Like you'll see a person who has that kind of core belief doing their cardio, and they're doing it like this, but they're doing their cardio. So on paper, they're doing everything that they should, but they're doing just enough not to burn enough calories to not have that caloric gap unwittingly, so that they end up at the intersection of, I don't have abs because I don't have the genetics. Conversely, if someone punches into their genetic GPS, I can, or their biological GPS, I can have abs. If I work hard enough, I don't care who I am, I can do it. All of a sudden, you'll see that person, if you put that person next to the person with the core belief that they can't, the person's cardio is like this. The other person's cardio, it looks like Fred Flintstone trying to start their car. Everything they do is on point. Every morsel they eat is on point. To the ounce, to the hour, to the minute. Their workouts are very intense. Their cardio is intense. Everything they do is with that one goal in mind. Therefore, everything that they do will take them to the intersection of, I have abs, they're shredded because I believed I could. So be very careful about what core beliefs you punch into your biological GPS. It will take you right there. So how do you change a core belief? It's actually not that difficult. You change the words that you say to yourself. If a person says to themselves enough times in a row, I can't have shredded abs, I just don't have the genetics. No, I hold all my fat there. There's no way I can do it. You will absolutely and positively, beyond the shadow of a doubt, believe that. Every road you take, every turn you make, every avenue, everything you do, every little distinction you make, every little action you take will be with the interest of leading to that destination. And rest assured, that will be your destination when it really doesn't have to be. Conversely, if you tell yourself that you can have shredded abs, which of course anyone on the planet can, because fat loss can occur in any organism. So if you tell yourself over and over again that you can, your actions will take on a completely different context and meaning and intensity and passion, and you will end up where you say you're going to end up. So it's a matter of how you speak to yourself. And I see almost everybody talks to themselves in the wrong way, with ineffective patterns and ineffective speech and defeating words and negativity and things that are never going to engender the kind of massive action it would take to get where they want to and should and could be.